go. There we go. Turn you on.
It's on. I'm on.
Oh, you already on?
Oh, I'm on.
You
I'm
already been on? Oh,
I'm always on.
Yeah, okay, I'll leave that alone. What's good? What's good, people? This is the Bmore Open Podcast. I'm your host, Ron.
I'm Rolanda.
And we bring you another session.
Another episode. Yet again.
And thanks for everybody that subscribed and tuned in to us. Yeah, like we found out somebody following us today. Like, okay.
Yeah, thank y'all so much.
More and more people coming out the cracks.
Every day, yeah.
Coming out the cracks.
That's how it go.
And so how was your week this week, Roskin?
I had a pretty Why are you laughing? Tell the truth.
I ain't saying nothing.
Tell the truth.
Because
what you know about my week that I don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
We're going to find out.
This week, I think I had
come on, Box. Turn it down, Box. Thank you.
You know
man, Rock Box in the house.
Rock Box in the house, y'all.
Man,
no, but this week was fine. I think I had a pretty all right week. Just same old. You same old. Just working on me. Same thing. I really be chilling. I've been chilling. If it's not dealing with the podcast or me going to church, I'm really in the house. Like I'm in the house. I've been really chilling. That's about it. That's really about it. I didn't do anything extravagant this week. What about you?
Nothing really.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
What?
I did. I had a nice brunch with my co-host and Altine. With Altine, we had a nice. That was really nice.
Yeah,
we haven't done that. That was the first time we ever. Oh no, it's not. Well, all together.
All together is
the first time we all went out, and that was really really nice, y'all.
Yeah.
Like we really had a nice time chopping it up because we have a great team. We loyal, we genuine people, we love each other. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
How was yours? What you did?
Well, I just did a bunch of running around and stuff, trying to get some personal stuff together, and what I'm saying, a little bit soul searching and everything. You know what I'm saying? We got some more little trinkets to make our stuff a little better.
Because y'all know me the techno king.
And also too, we working on the merchandise. So that's one thing we was talking about too. So we gonna have merchandise for everybody to purchase and stuff like that.
Yeah, y'all.
So
And please show y'all support. And I know when we were starting to do it last year too, not to cut him off while he's telling y'all how his week was. Last year when we was doing it, everybody was saying, "Oh, we want these shirts. We want a shirt. We want a shirt." If y'all really want a shirt, hood is up. We got them. We can get them. The website will be up like very very soon where you can order different merchandise. But as far as the shirts, if you want them now, just let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, for real.
Like no plan.
Which email you sent it to? I'm trying to find
your personal.
Personal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we trying to get some stuff together. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, my week it was just like, hey,
just chill,
laid back, you know what I'm saying? Was with the family, you know what I'm saying? And, my business family. So we, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good. You know
then the holidays coming and stuff, y'all.
Yeah,
it's starting to be like so many people about to get, not to go off, well, we ain't even really get on topic yet, but, people starting to get into that. A lot of people I know are starting to be real anxious and starting to have anxiety, and a lot of people being depressed. A lot of people really going through it. A lot of people going through it right now. So
surprisingly a lot. I'm done my Christmas time.
For real?
Yeah, we done.
You got my gift too.
We done. Like I said,
oh my God.
Done. Yeah, we done. We started like early.
Listen, I ain't. This year, I'm sorry, I was going to get my kids something. No, seriously, I was going to get my daughter something, my grandson something. Of course, my mother or whatever. I wasn't really going too much out like I normally do.
Okay.
Like I normally do. I'm getting my circle.
Would you send it from your email? I'm trying to find this.
From my personal.
From your personal? To the Yahoo?
It might come
to my Yahoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerome Barrett Sr.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, we trying to find it so we can have these.
We trying to get some things together, y'all. Sorry, but while he's doing that, I'll start off. We was really, me and Rome just have been talking and also listening to a lot of people, people that I know personally, as well as people that's been hitting us up, and then just our own personal life and conversation. We wanted to talk about like state and government assistance. Just about it and how I feel like it's really set up for us to fail. Like it's really set up for us to fail.
I ain't get it, bro.
You haven't? I'll check it again. Okay. I'll check it before I leave.
Yeah, because it's right here though. Roll our candy at Gmail.
No, it'll come under RolandaCoker@gmail.com.
Oh, Rolanda. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My bad. Oh, okay.
Because you might see that because that's my Gmail, my Google name.
Okay.
So yeah, but y'all, so we feel like it's set up. I feel like it's set up for us to fail. First thing that I wanted to say is, because I was talking to a young lady about like just getting like food stamps and state assistance. Now she's at home, She has 4 children. She's in her 30s. She don't work. She don't go to school. She don't do anything except for she receive a check every month, which not knocking nobody who receive a check. She receive a check every month, and she get food stamps. She get medical assistance through the state. She don't have no disabilities or anything. Those type of people, I don't feel like they should receive assistance. I don't. Look up. We can look at the email later.
Okay. All right.
We can look for it later.
All right.
Unless you want to talk about the
No.
prices.
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll make sure you have it. Because it definitely, well, of course, I can't pull it up on mine yet, but.
What you talking about, the price?
The email.
Oh, that's what it was? I thought
Yeah.
you was sending me with the statistics.
I did send you that too. I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. All right. But yeah, what you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying that I feel like, well, first I was starting off with just people that receive like social food stamps. They get a check every month through welfare.
Yeah.
I was saying there's just one young lady who I had a conversation with through social media. She has 4 children. She's in her 30s. She has 4 children. She don't have no disability. But she don't work. She don't do anything. She just get her check every month, and she receives stamps. She even get daycare vouchers, which is boggling my mind because she don't work. You don't go to school. Those type of people, I don't feel like should receive assistance.
Yeah, she go to like a work program.
No,
she's not doing that either.
And that's how I'm trying to figure out. I think she did go through the work program. She said she had to go through the work program to get the cash assistance, but she's not working.
Because I'm saying like this. At one time I was getting what's it called? TCA? Yeah, I was getting TCA.
Yeah.
And for me to keep my TCA, I had to go to workshop.
Okay.
So I'm in a workshop, you know what I'm saying?
So do you have to stay in the workshop until you find a job? Or?
Yeah, until I found a job.
So and
still be in the workshop. And I was in the workshop, and that's funny that we talking about this because I forgot all about that. Right, I was in the workshop. And the thing was that you know what I'm saying, you had to dress for an interview. You had to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they trying
carry
to teach
like you in the interview.
Professionalism.
And the thing about it is like it was 2 other dudes in it. It was just me and another dude, and it was like a classroom full of like 30 females.
Yeah,
and their mentality and that attitude about the whole thing was crazy. Every day I came dressed for an interview. Every day. It
like
wasn't one day.
You
know what I'm saying? Every day I came in the rules, and then it was like, these women come in because, not to be funny, women clothes is not really that expensive. So you know what I'm saying?
We can shop anywhere. We can
yeah,
go to
you know what I'm saying? So
the
look, and they just refused to go with the program, but they still wanted the money.
They wanted that check, and it's like you don't. And it's like, what? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish first before I ad-lib.
Yeah, but it just tripped me out. The attitude, it was like me and another guy in there, and the way we carried it, it was. And Morgan, matter of fact, Morgan State University was doing the workshop.
Okay.
So they was like really getting intense into a lot of different things, and you know what I'm saying, and everything. And it was just like funny, man. It's like, yo, how the women, you know what I'm saying, you would thought dudes was be acting up and all that, you know, and the women was really like, and you know, and all this, and you know, and I'm like, really, it was like crazy, man. It was like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, you know what I'm saying?
But
I can be home, I can do this, I'm missing my stories and that's stupid stuff like that. Yeah.
And that's why I don't feel like people, like again, if you don't have no type of disability and a mental, and I'm not saying this against anybody that have, because I feel like we all have some type of mental disability.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're not really all the way gone and can't, if you can control, if you have a mental disability and you can control your everyday life, let me say that. But if I feel like you're just an average person, don't have no type of disability that's stopping you from work, you should not receive social services. You should not get no type of income. You shouldn't. I'm just saying, because I feel like, yo, they give the people that work so much of a hard way to go. True. Like single mothers and single fathers. Because now I feel like it's more single fathers out here than it is single mothers. Dads are really out here.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that had flipped over years.
It definitely swift. I said swift. It definitely shifted. But
Stop talking about a swift.
Right, right. But no, I really feel like those are the ones who should be able to get that assistance. And I'm not saying me per se, but it's just say you got a female, a woman in her 30s, she got children, she got to work, she's a single mother, she got to pay bills, she got to pay rent, she got to get food. Help her out. Help her out. Give her them daycare vouchers. You know what I mean? Give her the food stamps. Give her that little bit of extra cash to help her pay her bills and help them
but
get up.
But they're not. They're going to give her very little.
And then the thing with that is then you got to take the man down for child support, and you got to do this in order to get that. I just feel like it's set up for us to lose, for one, to fail. I feel like you got a lot of more black women. I mean, they say the statistics show that it's more Caucasian people that are on government and state assistance than we are. But I feel like the system really have a lot of us black women out here lazy as shit, like lazy as I don't want to work. Like, how can you be comfortable with just you still looking for that email? Oh, how can you just want to sit around and get one check? How can you be comfortable with just getting one check for the rest of your life? Like, again, now, if you reach that elderly mark, I'm not talking about nobody that's at, like, retirement age.
Yeah.
Which is, what, 62 and over? And I think they even moved retirement age up to 65 or something now.
Something like that, close to 70.
Yeah, they moved that up.
Yeah,
they even moved that
it's up there. So I got to be damn near broke the fuck up before I get my money.
Before you can retire.
And then also, too, it's like the it's Social Security or whatever. It's not even guaranteed when we get up there that it's gonna be in the kitty.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like I've been paying into that kitty ever since I've been working since I was 16, and now you telling me that it's not nothing gonna be there when I get old enough to try to get it.
And this is what's the kicker. You know the kicker, even too with that, even with the disability side of it. They give you a hard way to go because just for say instance, just knock on wood, just for God forbid something was prime example with your hand. That's a disability right now. You can't do the type of work that you were doing. You were doing labor.
I went through a whole bunch just to get my money. You know what I'm saying? Just to get my money.
You're still not being fairly paid. You know what I mean? Taking care of the way that you should be.
Yeah.
But if you just for say, like I said, you was the type of work that you was doing, you need that hand in your left hand, isn't it? Your left hand?
That's my dominant hand.
So if you wanted to file disability, they probably going to take you through the ringer to try to even get disability. This man haven't worked since June. You know what I mean? Like, so y'all want me to just suffer and not have anything, but let it be somebody else. Don't got nothing really wrong. They gonna get it just like that.
And also too, not somebody that has a drug habit or addiction. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they have a lot of stuff that's, you know what I'm saying, given to them too.
Given to them.
You know what I'm saying?
And
from the government. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. A lot of them do. You know what I'm saying?
They still are like 80%. I looked at the statistics for that. 80% of those people that's like on meth programs, that's in different drug programs, they are still getting high, but yet the state and the government are taking care of them very well. Their living arrangements, food stamps, all of that.
But you know what the whole thing with the meth thing is like, how you going to, replace one drug for another? That's my whole thing with that.
The same thing with the pills. And if any of y'all watch my up close and personal interview, you know, because I did become addicted to those Percocets, the opioids. And when they put you in a program, part of the program is they give you the Suboxone strips. They give you those strips, and you have to take those strips. And my thing with that's another drug to me because now people are actually getting high off of those. Wow. I didn't know that. People are using now on guard. They never made me feel high. I don't know if people taking a certain amount of dosage. It never made me feel high. It never made me feel high. But see,
that's the whole thing too. A lot of people don't use the stuff the way it's supposed to be done. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? It don't supposed to be used as recreational.
Yeah. Right. So now Suboxones are used to be, people are really buying them and they're getting high off of them. So again, it's like you substituting this one drug for another.
You know what I'm saying? I just never understood that with the methadone. And then like if you learn the history of the methadone, where it came from and everything and what it was used for in World War II with the Nazis, because Hitler and them came up with methadone. He used to give it to his soldiers and stuff to suppress them for some days after being up like 48 hours to 72 hours fighting.
To put them to sleep.
You know what I'm saying? To get, you know what I'm saying, the relaxing and everything like that. So it was made by, you know what I'm saying, it came from the Nazis. You know what I'm saying? So they're giving this to, you know what I'm saying, these people as treatment. You know what I'm saying? And then what get me is like, you know, we get off a little bit, but they like the program. You know what I'm saying? So what are they programming you for?
So
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, and to speak on myself, when I was going through that little program, and this was a couple years ago, it was like they don't give you no type of counseling for one, which I feel like you need. You come in.
Okay, yeah.
Listen,
I'm
about to tell you the steps. You go into the program. It's like a doctor's office, and this is how it was for me, the program that I was in. And again, this was for opioids, and they give you, I guess it's like considered the Suboxone program or whatever. I think that's what it's called. But however, you go into the doctor's because it's at a regular doctor's office. It's like a regular doctor's visit. You go in, they check your blood pressure, you urinate in a cup, and they give you your prescription for your strips. Well, and it's like you be on a program for like the first 2 weeks they'll give you your medicine. They don't let you take any outside. You have to come to them every day to get it, and you have to take it in front of them. And then I guess after you graduate past that point, then that's when they start writing you the prescriptions, and then you get them. But again, there's no counseling with that. There is no nothing. So to me, again, it's set up because, like you said, and I never thought about that until you just asked that. It's you're substituting one drug for another, and then it's like, I mean, you're still getting me high. You're not really helping me. Especially for a person that's really, really, really gone. Because you need mental therapy. I mean, and y'all can call. I don't know. Is the calling line open?
Call
is
what?
The calling line open?
Nah.
All right, because I was going to say if they can call them, because I'm not really sure about as far as people that's been, went through like a methadone clinic or anything like that. I'm not sure, how much therapy you need. But I know for me, I needed therapy, like mental therapy.
But let me ask you this: like, far as when you went through that, was some of these assistance things available for you?
As far as like what you mean, like
saying, as far as anything, was you open up to any assistance? Because
probably go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we were saying. Like a lot of people that like be going through stuff like that. Sometimes that stuff is like for them, but assistance in anything.
They definitely like offered a lot of assistance, but I didn't.
No, I'm just saying though. But
they definitely, they offered a lot. They offer a lot of assistance, housing, clothing, furniture vouchers, food vouchers, clothes vouchers. They definitely offer a lot. But I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
they do.
But I was just trying to say, like, far as what we was talking about, like how you have the working class out there that's really, that really they trying to do something.
Right.
And then like what you said, the young lady that gets all these things and not trying to better herself and just
at all.
content with getting this little bit, for our family.
Yeah. I don't understand it. So, for me, I just don't feel like people that are not disabled, all the way disabled, and people that are not disabled, and I don't feel like you should get a check.
But I think that's why some of them work programs came up, because they had too many people doing that, you know what I'm saying? But then with that, because they get sanctioned, you get sanctioned, you'll get cut off if you don't, comply and stuff with it like that. But the thing that get me is like the mentality, I swear to God, the mentality of these women that's raising these kids, because that's the thing. These kids are being raised by these people, and the mentality that they had in these programs, like, work. And I'm like, what?
That's sad.
I'm getting my drink. I'm drinking my,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That is so sad.
It's so much stuff I heard, them how they was, and that it just blowed my mind, man. It's like, yo, for real.
Yeah, man. These women got to do better, and it's like that's what they teaching their kids. It's like they learn that from their parents, or are they product of? No, I'm not gonna say that, because all people don't come from a drug infested home.
Yeah,
because it's just like, where do you get that mentality from to just be? Oh, I'm so like you have people that just have kids, and I know two people. For a fact, you just had the kids just to have, so they can have them claimed on their taxes.
Yeah.
So they can get the income back on their taxes, and it's like, come on now.
Because I know back in the day, a lot of people was like doing that. I heard of them to make the check a little bigger.
Just that bigger check.
Yeah, to get a bigger check or whatever like that. But my whole thing is like that little bit of money. I could not survive off of that little bit of money. I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? The food stamps and all that was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because, food and everything cool. But that little bit of money set, months.
To be comfortable and just
$600 something dollars,
that, and that's it.
$700 a month. I could spend that in one day. Go in one store, really, and done that. You know what I'm saying? I done done that. You know what I'm saying? It happens
all the time.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like to be content with that little, I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And like what you was talking about, the young lady at the beginning, it's like, yo, that's all you want out of life, you know what I'm saying?
Me and her really going back and forth, and she's really going back and forth. And my thing is, we don't know everybody's story, but I'm asking her.
Yeah, exactly.
So what type of? So if you saying I don't know your story, where did you come from? Like, explain to me, make me understand.
Make you understand.
So I'll know, and I'll understand with you.
Yeah, a little better.
But she's not.
She's not coming up with nothing.
It's not like she didn't say like she came from a broken home where like she didn't have a mother or father.
Yeah.
They were on drugs. Yeah. She was raised this way. That no, you were fine. Yeah. Like you were good. She was never been like you just regular. And I just feel like people, especially this generation, when they feel like they so entitled, and y'all just I don't know.
I don't know. I guess us growing up the way we did and in the era we did have us a little more, appreciative. Because I see right now, like the way I am, I'm totally 100% different from thinking on how I done
Same
and how the
here.
world was, man. And like the main thing, people always tell me, the world don't owe you shit. You know
Not
what I'm
at
saying?
all.
Don't owe you
Not at
nothing. And
all.
then that's like you said, a lot of people feel like they're entitled. Like I be telling my son, I was joking with him yesterday. I said, "Oh, yeah, I said, I hope you keep this job because you go down there like you the CEO. You just got hard. You know what I'm saying? You just got an interview and you act like it's your job. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what, you know what I'm saying?
You have to.
And I guess that's a good one too. We should talk about that too, about far as like people mentality and like they feel like they, why people think like that they,
Entitled and privileged
yeah,
and
entitled,
something.
yeah, to
But
stuff.
that's
You know
the
what I'm saying?
same. I don't know. That would be a good show. And you know what else I had wanted to go into too that we was talking about, if you remember, with the just going on to the state and the government assistance with people that have like either themselves or I'll say like children that have
Yeah.
might have a disability. It could
Yeah,
be any type
yeah,
of disability.
yeah.
And you receive assistance for your child through Social Security Administration, not through the state, but through the government. I didn't know that if you receive government assistance for your disabled child now, if you work or you make a certain amount, they're going to cut their check.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. So you want me to have my disabled child? Y'all give me this little $600, $700, $800 a month. I don't work, and we supposed to live off of all of that. And this money's supposed to be for that child to take care of them. That whatever that disability is, their needs, whatever, just take care of them. Period. Of course, you might can use a little bit for yourself, but you gotta live and all of that. But so if I work to take care of my family, y'all gonna cut my disabled child income? Even and it ain't like a person making $1 million. I know a person that got a regular 9 to 5. They're making what, 10, 11, maybe $12, if that much an hour. I'm not sure how much she make. I know it's not a lot because she complained about it. They cut her son check down to $0 because she's working 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
What do y'all want her to do?
That's the same thing with me. They cut my son disability from 700 down to 2. They say I make too much.
That is crazy to me.
You know what I'm saying? And then they sent me a letter when I got to put send my pay stubs in each month so they can tally up on how much I make. You know what I'm saying? If I make a certain amount or make a bunch of overtime, then they won't give him nothing, or they deduct money out of his money, the payback.
That's
they overpayment.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And
that is crazy.
it's up to me to make sure that I send it in. If not, the overpayment, they're gonna take it. Like they sent me, I went down there. They sent me a letter stating that his stuff is like $200 some.
Right.
Then they sent me a letter talking about, well, next month it's gonna be 0. Wow. Then they sent me another letter saying, oh, it's gonna be 3 something, and sent me $75. So
that's upset.
It's crazy.
And my thing is not like you bringing home. Now, granted, it's not like you bringing home $10,000 and $20,000 a month.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, come on,
Listen,
it's not like,
enough for us to live comfortable, but it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying, for a growing kid anyway. You know what I'm saying?
And I was
He's
going
a
to even
growing
say
kid,
that about
you know
the
what I'm saying?
stamps. You give a person, okay, let's say I was getting stamps. So when I was getting stamps, because stamps help out a lot, and I really do believe
Yeah, they do.
that
They do.
I think all families should be entitled to food stamps.
Yeah.
That's a state issued thing. I think every household, and that's just my opinion, I think every household should get food stamps, and I think you should only be able to use them at the market, like really selling them. And because I think it should be just used to be able to. It should only be. Sometimes we do need that money, and yes, I have sold my stamps before. That was years ago, y'all. So if the FBI watching, do not be trying.
No, don't lock up. No, but don't lock up now.
Right,
Let her finish the show. Let her finish the show.
That was a long time ago. But yeah, sometimes people might have to sell their little stamps or whatever to make ends meet, if that's their only income.
But you're not doing it for getting no pills and
not at all. and see, and that's another thing too, y'all. Is a lot of people too, and I know people, y'all getting food stamps and other things, and y'all selling them to get high. So now when your kids are hungry. You don't have nothing in the refrigerator. When your rent not paid.
When that was supposed to have to last you for the rest of the month. And like halfway middle through the month, you don't have no more because you done sold majority of them for, God knows what. You know what I'm saying? God knows what, But they made for your children. You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand that.
And that's the whole thing that suffers in a lot of that stuff is the kids.
Children.
It's the kids when the assistance supposed to be for the kids for real, because that's the only reason why they 9 out of 10 getting it, unless they have, a mental thing or something up
'cause
with
most
them and
people
stuff like that.
Yeah, if you don't get your and you know what too, they give assistance quick to men who's just getting out of jail.
True.
Men who getting out of jail, y'all can straight get food stamps.
Yeah,
I hear everybody, I just got out of jail. Let me go get my $200 food stamps. Everybody want them stamps, but and I think you can get stamps. Stamps is the easiest to cash, where you gotta.
But I even go in further than that on this, not to be running like this is our opinion. We gotta put our disclaimer up there. Let me put my disclaimer up there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? This is mainly, you know what I'm saying, our opinion. This
is our opinion.
You know what I'm saying? It's like funny how, you know, people can just come in this country and just get assistance, don't even speak the language or nothing, and just get assistance.
Give them everything.
Give them, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing too, you know what I'm saying? And then like, you know what I'm saying, the people that's trying to work.
You giving them the hardest way to go ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, it's like.
And that's why I say it's set up for us to fail. It's set up for us to
be when you said that, I thought about it. I'm like, yo, they talking about a trap. Talk about a trap. Okay. Yeah.
That's why we gotta work hard. We gotta really try to like have something to leave for our kids. Like we really, because this is not going to last forever. Nah. Like look how the world was in a frenzy when we had the government shut down.
Oh man, that shutdown, that was unbelievable. I just couldn't believe. See, I'm gonna say this real quick. I couldn't believe that the president of the United States or whatever, he's supposed to be the leader, they allowed him to shut down, and so many people, families was hurting from that, man. Think about some people might even got evicted or got put out at the first part of that stuff, yo. You know what I'm saying? When it first hit, before they try to, you know, help them out. But you know what I'm saying? Bill collectors, I ain't trying to hear that.
They're not trying to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with me. As far as what you was talking about with the money,
yeah.
I start loaning numbers and I'm not answering that. What I'm gonna tell them people? I can't tell them nothing because ain't nobody giving me nothing. You know,
it's crazy. And I have a friend that works with the government, and he lives in DC, and he was a part of that shutdown effect. And you know, he was telling me how it was a mess. Like, you know, luckily he don't have any children.
Okay, it was just by his
right, but he owned his own home, and he said what the mortgage company in Wells Fargo did, he was like, I guess because they knew about it, but his mortgage company, the government, he works for the actual federal, so they gave them something. I can't remember what it is. He watches, so if you watch, you can write down in a comment what it was. But they gave him something, or they give them something that they can give to their mortgage companies and the people who they owe their bills to, so that they
like a promissory note.
Exactly. No, basically,
we promise when I get it, you get it. Yeah, okay.
And it's due to this, so they were good, thank God. But everybody wasn't.
But that just was crazy. And then look, remember what happened too when they did that? What they gave everybody them double stamps. Gave everybody them double stamps, and people was selling the hell out of them.
And I'm telling you, this one particular person, and she watches, and I'm not gonna call her. I'm telling her, listen, you got these double stamps. You're not getting stamps the next month. They're giving you these for that next month, just in case, whatever. Don't want to believe me? Sold them stamps, and then come next month, you don't have no food. You don't have no food. You can't feed your kids. You looking for money. You trying to borrow money. This, that, and the third. When I told you this.
But that's crazy though, bro. Like what you saying, the whole thing. I feel you with the whole thing, man. It's like, yo, you getting this stuff and people abusing it and not using it. And people that really need it cannot get it.
The help.
You know what I'm saying? Can't get it. Like check this out. Say if a young lady was getting SSI for a disability for a kid, but she wanted more out there. She go out and work 2 jobs. That 1 month that she was really, you know what I'm saying, she put some overtime in and everything, grinding and everything, and she really need that other money to pay something, and they cut her money because she's in a different thing. You know what I'm saying? That don't make
sense, and that's why we need to, I'm telling you, really, people, we need to pay attention to who we voting for, and I say it so many times, we really need to pay attention to the small little laws and those little people that we think that's not presidents or the governors or mayors. We need to pay attention to these other roles that these other smaller people play, because they pass bills as well.
True. So, and that's another thing too. That's a good statement. I never really paid too much about politics
me neither.
You know what I'm saying, and that, but that's a real good thing, because we sit up there and then we wonder, well, how that happen?
When that happened?
Yeah, where the fuck that come from? You know what I'm saying?
And it's like we be so lost, man. We will imagine if they just take that shutdown would have never opened back up.
it would have been a lot of stuff going, robberies,
because
suicides.
all of the elderly people, all of the disabled people that's living in the Affordable Home Health Care Act, living in those, the places that go by their income,
With the
all of
subsidized
them
housing.
subsidized, everybody would have got evicted. Where they would have went. Because the government is paying for that.
Yeah.
So once it was shut down, they wasn't paying for those months. Their stuff didn't get paid. Elderly people would have lost their stuff. People that's dependent solely on TCA. Y'all bills not being paid. People with Section 8, y'all stuff wasn't being paid. Food stamps, people had to come out their pocket to get. Like, what would we do? What would y'all do if all of that shut down today? I'm all like, we really got to do something.
But you know what? That's sad.
Prepare.
That's sad too. Lady was talking in the cash checking place, and it was like working class and the elderly get fucked hard.
The most.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They got to pay all this
sir.
money for medicine, which
Yes,
I
sir.
think that once you're a certain age or whatever, none of that shit, you shouldn't have to pay that, because
Not
you know
at
in
all.
Canada and some other countries, medical is free.
Wow.
In Canada, you don't have to pay medical.
And wow. Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you're a citizen of Canada, you ain't got to pay medical.
Wow.
And some other countries like that too. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, in a way, with Obamacare, that was like, it was a good step. You know what I'm saying? It was a good step. Everybody talked about it. It was going to review this. Why the motherfucker that's in there now that talked about it,
Took it
only thing
straight
he
out.
did was change the name of the shit. It's the same shit.
So he left it the same.
It's the same thing, but he changed the name of it, but it's still Obamacare. You know what I'm saying? It's still Obamacare. A lot of stuff, the economy and everything, he tried to get credit for, but it was already set in motion by Obama.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And Obamacare is one of them. He talked about it so bad and all
He
that.
definitely did. He definitely did.
All he did was
definitely
change.
did.
You know what I'm saying? Like out back, you had some good dope, bad dope. Put
Right.
another name on it, put it back out there.
And put it back out there, right?
That's all he did. He just put another name on. You know what I'm saying? This Trump. This is Trump.
Blue Trump.
Yeah, the blue Trump. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think Medicaid, that's a good thing. When I found out Canada has free medical,
Yeah.
like, but that's $1 billion business. That's a $1 trillion,
exactly.
gazillion
And
dollar.
I don't.
That's so many zeros.
And that's why they don't want us to have cures. That's why they're not trying to let none of these cures be known for all these different diseases.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? And that's why they keeping them on that methadone. That's why they keeping them on them traps, on them things and everything.
Yep.
But this is my thing. Why do I want public housing all my life, and somebody got to dictate to me and give me what they want to give me? Then they're gonna have to come in my house, let me know who to have in my house or whatever. And some of them you can't even smoke in them houses.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because they
And
got
that-
the thing.
man.
So why do I want to
I'm a piggyback.
accept something from somebody that I got all these things when I can go out and make my own money and be my own? You know what I'm saying? Do whatever I want to do.
And and again, the only people I feel sorry for in that situation is really real disabled people and elderly people, because unfortunately they can't. And again, that's where it falls back to me, back in our school days and our parenting, because I feel like if we were taught by school and at home how to really work hard, how to get these 401ks, how to save money, pay our bills, keep our credit good, because a lot of people, like far as elderly people, they don't have 401k, so now that they can't work, they don't have no retirement money. All they have is that disability or SSI check that they
money,
getting every month.
yeah.
But the white or some other, people, a lot of other nationalities, that's how you be wondering why you see these old white ladies or, Caucasian ladies in the market or in the mall, 8 o'clock in the morning shopping all day long, because they had that money. They had that savings from child on up. They was taught that stuff.
Or their husbands or whatever.
Or their
took care,
husbands.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Made
but
sure
we're
that
not
they was
taught.
good, you know
We're
what I'm
not
saying?
taught that from a young age. We're not.
And you know what? And that's sad though, that the information is hidden from us.
It's hidden.
You know what I'm saying?
Is.
And then many of us that know it and have it won't spread it or take it to the grave. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, help. But we are like really suffering as, as a race and everything. You know what I'm saying?
We are.
And it's like, it's like so sad that, man, we are, I don't know, we so, it's hard to.
It's sad. We the worst. We're the worst culture out of them all. Like I said on our last one, we the only ones that don't really support each other. We just don't.
And we hold the key to it because surprisingly
and
a
we
lot.
run this world.
We run it, and then you know what surprisingly, you know what it is? It's like I think a lot of people are afraid.
What though?
Because whenever time we join forces and we come together, we too powerful.
We're unstoppable.
And what do they do though? What do? They annihilate us. You know what I'm saying? They will annihilate us. If we would right now start a group and start again, they would annihilate us. Like I watched the film, which I heard about it years ago, about the MOVE organization in Philly back in 1985, where they dropped a bomb and blew up a whole block.
Wow,
killed 11 adults and 5 children.
But they can't. Is they going to do that to all of us? We gotta really,
I understand
do it.
that, but you know what I'm saying. But that's how like back when Kunta Kinte ran away, they cut his foot off. Other niggas said, "I ain't running. I want my motherfucking foot cut off." So you know what I'm saying. That's the whole.
Well, we
thing,
gotta stop being fearful. We gotta stop being fearful. Even if, and I know I'm saying this and it might sound crazy, but I mean Harriet Tubman and them, I mean Dr. King and them did it. Even if we gotta die for it, it's for our children.
That's the thing, like you said, we hold the key to all our problems.
We gotta fight.
We hold the key to them.
We the one making all of these companies and these businesses rich. Blacks, take away all of our money and the stuff that we are doing.
Like something like last night, and saying, last night I sent my son to the store and I sent a certain amount of money. I think they cheated the amount of money. So I went back over there. I'm like, I want my motherfucking money.
Facts.
Oh, no. We done made the food. I don't give a fuck about that food. I want my money. Fuck that. I'm not spending no money with y'all. Y'all trying to cheat him. I know what I gave him. You know what I'm saying?
Cheat my child.
But this what I thought, though, in that. You're not even from my neighborhood. I could shut that shit down. I could get it shut down. You know what I'm saying? As far as get people to come. I could sit outside your shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Do not eat nothing out there. Make up lies. Do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Protest. And we'll shut you down because, not to be funny, you're not from here.
But hold up. You just said, no, it's on to what you said. Like the girl Adana Black, she had tagged us in something last week. She said something, it was talking about how, why, she asked the question that you asked, and then she was answering it in a certain, she was hearing some of our comments, but she asked, why is it we so poor and we so this and we so hood, we so that? Why do they always come? Why are they bringing their stores in our neighborhood then? Because they know that we so poor, but every dime that we have, we're going to spend it there no matter what. She said she looking at like the men, the Chinese guys, or the people that ran the stores, looking at their kids that come through driving a big Jags, the big Mercedes. We sending them to school. We doing that. We doing that. That's why. That's what I responded to her. Like, we're doing that because they know we're going to do it.
Because it's funny. Like at our got my money in, rolled out. Like, don't come in my store no more. You didn't notice I haven't been coming in your store. You know what I'm saying? I've been stopped spending money from your store. I only came over there, wanted that because my son, I wanted something
and it was convenient.
Quick to eat real quick. But I've been stopped coming in there when I seen you spraying roach spray. Heard you spraying roach spray in the store and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
The State Department. But no, seriously, we're the ones, they come in our neighborhood because they know that no matter what, we can have $5. We're going to spend our money in that store. Now bring the black way, but let that be a mom or pop black person store. It's gonna be rent down. It's gonna be like they're gonna. I mean, they do that to the Chinese stores now too. Like they hang in their stores, they hang around them.
They
it's
hang
just
right
like we're the ones who give them our money. We're the ones who making them rich. We're the ones who sending their kids overseas to the best schools. We're the ones who doing that. It's our money. We could be doing that for our own.
And that's the whole thing because I put it like this. And who was saying that? Last Born was saying that. He don't go into no stores if they got all that plexiglass and all that shit and everything. He leaves out. Why you want my money? So what you saying? You're afraid of me.
Yeah,
you're not safe, but you still want my money. You will go through all this to get this money.
Yeah.
You'll go through all this to get this money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they will.
Because you already know it's a gold mine.
It's a gold mine.
It's a gold mine. And that's the thing too. It's like, instead of us going out there buying all these big cars, buying all that, we need to try to buy our neighborhoods back.
Man, if you listen to what's his name, y'all, Killer Mike. If y'all ever listen to, he's very, very knowledgeable. He's very, very educational, and that's what he was saying. He was getting on the rappers and everything. Like, man, we need to put our money together and start these charter schools. We the ones that need to get our money together and start this and start that, and like. Man,
because this one thing I want to say, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get totally off the subject. When was the last Baltimore City school built from the ground up? I mean, not renovated. I'm talking about built.
I don't know.
A Baltimore City school for students in Baltimore City. When was the last Baltimore City school built? Because
check it out.
Baltimore County is these.
All the
erecting a
time.
school all the time.
All the time.
All the time. You know what I'm saying? When was one not renovated? That don't mean nothing. That's just taking something old and just trying to change it up. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, too, Rome, our culture, we got to get better, though, even with all of that. Because something else that just made me, what you was just saying, what Killer Mike was saying, because he was talking about us building the schools. Like, let's build our own schools, put our money together, come together. But like he was saying, prime example, Frederick Douglass. Us as parents, too, my daughter went there for maybe a year or two. Schools like Frederick Douglass that's named after somebody who fought for us, who did something. We don't got no respect for them schools. We should respect them schools, respect what they stand for, respect what they are. We
and
don't.
I never even thought about that one though. That's some real shit.
I'm gonna send you the clip where he was saying a lot more though.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying that's some real shit though. You know what I'm saying?
He like the parents
like Benjamin Banneker and
all
stuff
of
like that.
Yeah,
yeah, that was named after them people.
Man, we don't lift them schools up. We trash the schools. The parents don't participate. They don't do this. They don't do nothing.
Wow,
we don't do nothing.
I ain't never think about
we
that though. You know what I'm saying? Because those people really fought for, you know what I'm saying, for them to get to that, you know what I'm saying, for a school to be named after them. They really fought. They really done, you know what I'm saying, achieved stuff to even just to be acknowledged as a black man from back then. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? In a school. I never even thought about that role. That's a good one though.
I didn't even until he said it.
That's
I did,
good
and
though.
I'm like, damn, because it made me sit back and like, damn, my daughter went to Frederick Douglass, because he used Frederick. It must be another Frederick Douglass in New York or somewhere else too.
Yeah.
And he used Frederick Douglass as an example. He was like, man, the parents, y'all don't even know who Frederick. Y'all probably don't even know who Frederick Douglass is.
A lot of them don't.
And they don't.
A lot of them don't. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't even what they teach Black History 28 days,
Man.
and if they teach that. You know what I'm saying? When I never understood that, it was like when history supposed to be 365 days, why we only get 1 month?
1 month.
When we was a part of
1 month.
history from the time that this country was built. We was a part of that. We've been a part of history since the beginning of time.
History.
You know what I'm saying? Why we only get a couple of days in there? You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with the assistants. Why are we just willing to just accept that little bit of stuff, and then your life is under a microscope? You gotta go to this person, report to this person, let them know what you're doing. Go, they're looking for a job, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let know who in your household. You gotta let somebody come in and look in your house. Make sure everything cool. You know what I'm saying? Even on Section 8, and then you know what I'm saying, Section 8. Think about that. And the army, that mean crazy.
But guess
you
what?
know what I'm saying? They
it do?
Yeah,
see,
Section
I
8.
didn't know that.
Right, but Section 8 mean crazy, right? Yeah,
I didn't know that. But look, now that you brought up Section 8 too, let me pick
you
you
ever
on that a little bit. Go ahead.
real quick. You ever watch MASH?
You know I'm only 30 years old.
Oh, but
Stop
MASH
playing.
was with Klinger.
I know what MASH is.
Yeah, and he was getting a Section 8.
See, I was a kid though when I
yeah,
came.
but he was getting a Section 8 to get out the army. Saying he was crazy. That's why he wore the dresses.
Wow.
He wanted the Section 8.
Wow.
Yeah, but
didn't know that, but look, let me pick you on Section 8 while you there too.
Okay.
Because that's a government assistance.
Yeah,
or is that considered state? Is that state or government assistant?
Oh.
Somebody can let me know if they know now. Because I'm not. It's government.
Yeah.
Okay. Section 8. Now you have these people. Section 8. You can get a nice house. I know people that, half the black people. I ain't even gonna say half. I'm gonna say 90% of people that get Section 8, they F these houses up. Y'all get nice houses out in the county.
No, you see that? You didn't see that?
What?
Mike Olszewski is fighting for. County ain't putting up with that shit.
Oh yeah, they came to the city was fighting. No, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying. Up
until now. I mean, they probably about to change it, but it's like I know people myself personally. Y'all get these Section 8 houses. You don't have to pay nothing. If not, maybe what, $50. The people that I know that had Section 8,
pay your gas and electric. You gotta make sure. You gotta make sure your gas.
But so the person the two people that I know that had Section 8 and lost it, you didn't have to pay no rent. And your gas, they was getting vouchers for gas and electric. So they sending you a check every month for gas and electric. You spending that, not paying your gas and electric bill. So then your BGE get cut off, and you lose it. But not only do you lose it, you effing up the houses. Carpets got holes in them. Walls got holes in them. Walls dirty. Like everything in the house is broken. They get why?
I didn't know some people that had a house. They had jacuzzis in it.
Yes, they got some of Owings Mills. Yes,
and a Section 8.
They got some of Owings Mills, and it's like, come on. And people was telling me, won't the properties when I first got the properties? They was telling me, won't I make them Section 8? No, granted, it's guaranteed money, but I don't want the guaranteed money that bad. When I got to deal with these people these tenants that's gonna mess the house up. You got to kick out all that extra money to repair it. Y'all make it bad. Now you got the people that's fighting. They don't even People think having Section 8 is a great thing. It is because you don't got to pay no bills, but people don't want y'all.
And you know something?
People don't want the Section 8 vouchers.
I seen something too. A lady was saying like, you will appreciate something if you work for it, better than just being given to you. And that's what this whole assistance stuff is being given, and people just want it because it doesn't have no consequences or nothing to it, really. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. They have some nice. I mean, I get so mad about that Section 8 thing. I'm telling you, I get so mad because I've seen some amazing houses. And if you really ever see the after effects, like I have a friend, he watches our show as well, and he has a contract now where he does foreclosures, and he go and cleans up the houses after they put clean up a foreclosures and the emptying of houses. And a lot of his he worked with Section 8 landlords, and he'll go in and do clean the houses after these people are put out. And he just like, bro, if you see how these people live and leave these houses, and they don't, you don't have to pay nothing. You don't have to pay no money, and you got your child living in a county where it's supposed to be so much better. Beautiful house, beautiful neighborhood, no drug dealers on a corner, and like y'all tear it up. You tear it up, and then you back in the city. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Get that to that family that's working, that mother and father that's working, but only probably making $10 an hour, but they still struggling and really need it.
But see, that's the whole mentality when it's just given to you. Because if you worked hard and was out there, you would be pitching a bitch. Because I remember I can't live with my mother, and I moved her shade, and she went off on my ass. I said, "Ma, it was just a shade," but you know what she said? That's my shade.
That's mine.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's
it's like if you will work for it, you appreciate it more. So I think, the work program good too, but having people like in the neighborhood have a work team or whatever, they gonna have to go out there, beautify their home, go out there, plant some, you know what I'm saying, keep it clean, you know what I'm saying, and all that. Because think about some of them new assistant houses that they have now. You can't come outside, you can't do this, you can't smoke, you can't do nothing. Why would you want to live in something like that?
Like that one, the affordable home, they beautiful, but no, there's no smoking on the premises. There's no smoking in the building. It's the building is immaculate over there by Emerson Avenue. They just built them. But yeah, like you said, you got all these stimulations.
You ain't none of that. None of that. And you start fighting, police call, you get,
That's it.
But you know what I'm saying? Not to say that, that's a bad thing, but she was like,
for
why
people that don't need it and taking advantage of it. That's who we're referring to.
And then they only apply by the rules. They lose it when a family could really use it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Give me some Listen, I wish I had got approved for MBQ right when the situation happened with my vision, and I got settled. But right when I got approved for MBQ, the little housing program, and MBQ is better than Section 8. You get way.
What is MBQ?
Better.
What is that?
It stands for Metro Baltimore Quarter. I can't pronounce it, but it's like Section 8, but on a upscale level.
Okay.
You can't.
So what's the difference? What's the difference?
So I don't know if they changed it again, y'all. So when I got approved for MBQ, it was in 2015. 15.
That's the first time I heard that one.
But somebody did tell me actually they changed it because now you can have like a guy living with you. You could be a woman and a guy. It could be more than one adult living in the house. But it's just like Section 8 pretty much. But you can't. They pay more. You get more like a higher quality house. Like you might, if it's you with one, let's say you your wife with one child, you might can get a voucher for maybe like up to $3,000 for a house. Only thing you cannot live for the first year you can't live in Baltimore City. Okay. You can live anywhere other than Baltimore City and Baltimore County.
So you gotta live in another
Columbia.
state.
Most of the people live like Columbia, White Marsh, Towson. Far out, Silver Spring. But you can take it to other states. That's another thing. You can take it to other states. I'm gonna show you more. MBQ got some bad houses. Bad.
So how do you apply for that?
It's an application. You just you would be able to qualify because you can work. And that's the thing with MBQ. You can work. Okay. You can work and it'll still go by your income. Okay. But they give you they got some bad houses. Bad. Section 8 ain't got nothing on MBQ. And MBQ don't make you go through as much as Section 8 make you do. Not at all. Not at all. But you just got to do like workshops. You might have to do like, depending on your credit. So this is what they do. When they call me in, when I got approved, they look at everything. So during that time, my credit wasn't always together. Okay. I had OBG&E like $2,000. I had I think it was a cell phone company like $200 something. They help you pay them off, or you pay them off. However, so you go through a workshop that might take like 2 days. You clear that up. It all, like, again, it goes on you, so it all depends on what's on your credit. They help you. Got to clean up the main thing off your credit. You can't have you can't owe BGE.
Oh,
so,
okay.
For instance, if you got BGE account right now, and just say MBQ approved you, you can get it. It's just like you can't have had a negative balance with BGE where they cut your stuff off and you still owe them.
Okay.
You have to take care of that, but it's really not a lot of.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you
well,
the
that makes
information.
a lot of sense anyway because they want power in that house.
And guess
when
what
they
else
put
they
you
do?
in there,
MBQ helps you buy your house.
Oh, okay.
They help you. They put you in a home buying program. So that if you want to buy that house, that they helping you pay for every month. They also have card where they buy you a car as well.
Wow.
So they got a lot of programs that help you.
And that's for people that work too.
Yes.
All right. So people that's out there watching, you know what I'm saying, something, because I never heard of that program, but that's something that I wish I knew about, you know what I'm saying.
And MBQ been out for a long time.
I didn't see, but nobody, like the information, like what we said, the information don't be shared, especially to us anyway. It don't be shared, or some people keep it for themselves.
Keep it for themselves.
But anybody out there that's struggling, whatever, that sounds like something that really, you know what I'm saying, probably will help them out, you know what I'm saying, help you over the edge.
Google MBQ. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably do know about it, but for y'all who don't, I mean, maybe y'all don't know about it. Actually,
yeah, a lot.
You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, MBQ, if y'all don't know, it's really a good program for working people too. You ain't got lie about your income, say you don't got no income. You ain't got to lie, say the man not living with you, or none of that. You can do that.
All right, so they work with you.
Yeah,
that's something good right there. That's really something good for people out there. You know what I'm saying?
And
that really, I say,
that
really
need it. And that's what I was saying. I had got approved for it, but I had ended up getting my literally 2 days after I got approved for MBQ. The hospital called my lawyer, one in the saddle with me. And I just let that SHI go, which if I would have been thinking, would have been smart. I'm going to keep this law. This going to be my honeycomb. I could have, whatever the case may be. But yeah.
Okay.
We just got to do better, y'all. We got to do better as a culture.
That's good.
As a community. We got to do better.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sorry, I'm going to look on these.
Yeah, most definitely we do. Most definitely we do. But we going to bring this one to an end.
Yes, we are. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? We're going to bring this to an end, and I'm thankful for everybody that tuned in and checked us out and everything. You know what I'm saying? Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? Also check us out.
I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody was just saying hi from Memphis and stuff.
Okay. All right. So be sure to check us out. You know, and subscribe to our YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? And also to our pet peeve, mental health. You know what I'm saying? We got information. Make sure you take care of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all you can have a good heart and a fucked up mind. That ain't even gonna work.
It's definitely not gonna work.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not gonna work.
But thank y'all for tuning in to another Bmore Open, and we be back Sunday with another topic.
Yes,
we will. You know.
I was about to do the snake on the road.
You gonna do the snake?
Oh wait. I'm sorry, y'all. I was about to do the snake. Like, wait, but I'm too stiff. Am I moving? Look, Robert's like, what the hell she doing?
They said, oh shit, it went in slow motion, really. You know what I'm saying?
Thank y'all for joining us.
I'm your host, Ro.
I'm Rolanda.
And this was Be More Open.